All right, the next thing we have to do is now that the gigas move, we have to give them some sort of constraints, like we have to make them age. So the way we're going to do that is with variables. And now here's something super important. We're going to create the next two variables, and they're going to be local variables because each giga is going to have its own age and its own lifespan. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say, well, maybe they should all have the same lifespan actually. So let's go ahead and create our two variables. One is make a variable which is giga lifespan. This is how long gigas live. So we'll say that all gigas live the same amount. And so we're going to set giga lifespan to 10. So that's how old they can get. All right? And so when they're born, their speed is going to be 3, and their lifespan is going to be 10. Now the other thing that they're going to have is an age. How old are they? So now this is the variable that has to be a local variable. For this sprite only, it's going to be my giga age. Now I always add the word my for every local variable because it helps me understand immediately whether a variable is a local variable or a global variable. So it's going to be my giga age for this sprite only. And notice also, Scratch does something to help you understand that's a local variable too. It says giga colon my giga age. So it shows you that it's a local variable. So when I start as a clone, I'm going to set my giga age to 0. So set my giga age to 0. And I'm going to start aging. So not only am I going to move around, I'm going to be aging by 1 second. Every second I'm going to age by 1. So I'm going to put this in its own, under its own control hat. So I'm going to say, when I start as a clone, forever, change, well, wait 1 second. So I'm going to have a delay. Wait 1 second. And then variables, change my giga age by 1. So it's going to get older by a second every second, my giga age by 1. And in fact, you can see how old each giga is. And one of the things I can also do, and I'm going to put something in for a little bit of diagnostic help. I'm going to say, when I start as a clone, forever, I'll get rid of this later, by the way, forever say, which is under looks for some reason, say my giga age. So this will say how old it is, my giga age. So every time it's born, it's going to say how old it is. And you can see he's 0, 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8, 9. But if I launch another one, she is going to be at 0, and so forth. I don't like these variables here, so I'm going to go ahead and unclick them so I can see what's going on. Another thing that I don't like is I don't like the fact that the gigas are able to go upside down. So I'm going to change their rotation style to left-right rotation. So I'm just going to do that when they're born. Actually, I can just do that with the parent, and then I only have to do it once. So the rotation style will be left-right, which means when they hit the walls, they're always going to be right side up. And you can see that they're aging nicely. Okay. Now, the next thing I need to do is if they get to hit their longevity or their giga lifespan, they need to die. So I'll put that in the aging thing right here. So I'm going to say if my age is greater than giga lifespan, die. So let's see what we're going to do here. We'll say if my age, so I have to go to variables. So if my giga age is greater than, that's going to be an operator, is greater than my giga lifespan, which is back in variables, then I'm going to say something for a little bit, like I'm dying. So it's going to looks and say I am dying. it's going to wait half a second so that you can actually see it say, I am dying. And then it's going to delete the clone. Actually, that's under here. Delete this clone. So let's see what happens now. So here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it never said I am dying because it was replaced with this, my giga age. But remember, that's just a diagnostic tool that we're going to use for a second. So if I get rid of that, as they each reach 10 seconds of age, they're going to say I am dying. I am dying, I am dying, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying. Okay, great. All right, and I just was able to create gigas that can expire after a certain amount of time. All right, now the other thing that gigas have is they need to get hungry because they need to eat apples. So I need a couple of new variables for this. So one is how much energy they start with. So when they're born, they need to start with a certain amount of energy. So I'm going to go ahead and say variables, and I'm going to make a new variable, which is giga starting energy. And I want all gigas when they're born to have a starting energy, so I'm going to make this for all sprites. And I'm going to say that the giga starting energy is 5. Giga starting energy is 5. Now, what I need to do also is not just change their age by 1, but I need to change their energy by -1. I need their energy to go down. So I'm going to change, oh, I haven't created that variable yet. I need to make a variable, which is my giga energy. So this is how much energy I have. And it's for this sprite only. Really important. Each giga needs to have its own energy level. So it's my giga energy, and look, it says giga after it, which is good. Or it says giga before it, giga colon. So I'm going to change my giga energy, by -1 every second. All right. Now, let's see how much energy they have. So let's go ahead and see, instead of saying my giga age, I'm going to put in here my giga energy, and this will now say how much energy they have at all times. Good. Oh, wait a second. It started at 0 and then went immediately negative. Oh, I know why. Because I forgot to set my giga energy to how much energy I'm supposed to start with. So I'm going to say, actually, since I'm looking at the age here, I really should put the starting age up here before the forever. And I should also set the starting energy. Set giga energy, my giga energy. Set my giga energy, this is how much energy I start with, to the giga starting energy. So let's see what happens now. Should be at 5, 4, 3, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, they don't die when they reach 0. Oh, of course they don't die, because I haven't told them to die yet. So what I need to do, I'm going to take this out here, actually take this whole thing out. So this, instead of saying I am dying, it's going to say I am old. All right, and it's going to die of starvation. But I'm going to copy this, and I'm basically going to say not if my giga age is greater than giga lifespan. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this whole thing. I'm going to say if my energy is less than 0, if my giga energy is less than 0, that means they're starving to death. My giga energy is less than 0. It's going to say I am starving. And it's going to delete the clone. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that that works. Okay, clean up a little bit here. Okay, so they all should die at 5 seconds because they only have 5 energy. I'm starving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am starving. Okay, perfect. I'm going to hide the variables. So now I've got something where I can make these little gigas. They run around at a certain speed. They get old, and they can die of both old age and hunger. Of course, one of the problems is that they can't eat anything yet. So I need to be able to make them eat the apples. So that'll probably be my next step. But so far, so good.